Another Death Row production. Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world. Everybody else for.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. It's Wednesday, April 1st, first of the month. We got a 15 game slate on tap for today. Looking back at yesterday, our Mets bet did not come through for us. They blew it. They lost the game. As of recording this right now, we do have one of our parlays still in progress. The Dodger game is just getting underway. We're 3 out of 4 on our legs. We just need Shohei to come through for us. But forget all of that. You guys already know the rules. 15 game slate on tap for today. Games get started early, 12 o'clock start. Guys, do not forget at the end of the video, my 3 bets I'll be placing here today. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright, first game up on the day, we got the Athletics in Atlanta taking on the Braves. The right-handed pitcher Luis Severino on the mound for the Athletics. The left-handed pitcher Chris Sale on the mound for the Braves in this one. The Athletics yesterday were one of our big underdog plays. They came through for us. They won the game. In this one here today with Luis Severino on the mound, he's going to be seeing this Braves lineup who have been hitting .253 through the first 5 games versus right-handed pitching. There is a few guys in this Braves lineup though that really do match up well against Severino, that being Acuna, Olsen, and Baldwin. All 3 of them match up very well against his pitching arsenal. Acuna has had some good at-bats against him in the prior matchups they've had. Also took him yard before. Chris Sale on the mound for the Braves. He had a very good first outing, 6 inning pitched, no earned runs, 7 strikeouts. Looking at this matchup here today against this Athletics team, he matches up very well. There's only one guy that I kind of worry, 2 guys really, that being Rooker and Jacob Wilson. But I don't really see this being a bad spot for Chris Sale. I can see him having another good outing. Looking at both of these bullpens here, through these first few games, this Athletics bullpen has not been good. They have an ERA of 4.56. The Braves bullpen on the other side, through the first 5 games, they have a bullpen ERA of 3.89. This is a spot where I like Chris Sale to go another 6 solid innings, hand it off to the bullpen. Let's get to our picks here now. The Braves do come into this game as the betting odd favorites, and we're playing them here on the money line. The game total set at 8, and I do like the under in this one. For our player props, I'm taking 2 player props in this game, and they're both Athletics. Give me Jacob Wilson of the Athletics to have 2 total bases, and we're also going to play Luis Severino, the starting pitcher of the Athletics, to go under his line, under 4.5 strikeouts here. Alright, next game up, we got the Texas Rangers in Baltimore taking on the Orioles. The right-handed pitcher Nathan Eovaldi on the mound for the Rangers. The left-handed pitcher Trevor Rogers on the mound for the Orioles in this game. This game here is one of the most divisive games on the schedule here today. I went back and forth with a lot. The odds reflected they're giving a slight lean right now to the Orioles, and doing the breakdown for this game, there was a lot of contradicting numbers. A lot I went back and forth with. Eovaldi, he's had very good numbers in the past versus this Baltimore Orioles lineup. He did struggle in his first outing last week, but looking at this spot here, like I said, he's matched up well against guys. His pitching arsenal does match up well against this Orioles team. There is a few guys in the back end of the bullpen that won't be available here today, even though, you know, this Rangers bullpen hasn't been a bit shaky to start the season. Looking at the Orioles side, they got Trevor Rogers on the mound. He was dominant last year. He looked very good. 6 shutout innings to start the season off in his first start. This Rangers team really does not hit left-handed pitching. The only thing about it is this Orioles bullpen to start the season through their first 5 games has an ERA of 6, so I do not like the Orioles bullpen at all. Their offense, the bats come and go here and there. They can really go cold. This, like I said, the most divisive game for me. Let's just get straight to the picks where I lean here. Like I said, the Orioles are slightly the betting odd favorites, and I do like the Texas Rangers in this game. The game total set at 8.5, and I do like the under in this one. I only have 1 player prop in this game, and it is Langford of the Texas Rangers. He matches up very well against Trevor Rogers, the starting pitchers of the Orioles in this game, so I like Langford of the Rangers for 2 total bases. Alright, next game up, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates in Cincinnati taking on the Reds. The right-handed pitcher Paul Skeens on the mound for the Pirates, the left-handed pitcher Andrew Abbott on the mound for the Reds. Paul Skeens here on the mound for the Pirates. He's coming off the worst start of his career, giving up 5 runs in the first inning to the Mets, getting knocked out in that game. But in this one today, he'll be seeing the Cincinnati Reds team, who in his career he's been dominant against. He's 4-0 against them with a 0.31 ERA and 40 strikeouts. He has 5 starts against the Reds in his career with that 0.31 ERA. He's been dominant against them. This is a competitive dude. I'm expecting him to come out, want to bounce back off of that rough outing he had. Andrew Abbott on the mound for the Reds, another good starting pitcher here. The lefty had a good first showing, 6-inning pitch, no earned runs last week. And this game here today, he's seeing a Pirates team who he has good numbers against in the past. But this Pirates team this season, they struggled all year last year with left-handed pitching. This season, it's been a small sample size, only 40 at-bats, but they're batting .283 versus left-handed pitching. So, you know, it's a slight improvement. This team has looked improved hitting-wise this year. Getting straight to our picks now. This Cincinnati Reds team through the first 5 games is just batting .193. Paul Skeens, like I said, has had success in the past versus this lineup. I'm expecting him to have the same again. The Pirates are the betting odd favorites in this game, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. Both of these bullpens have come out this year and have pitched over 40 innings. The Pirates bullpen ERA is at 3.80. This Reds bullpen's at 3.42, so 2 good bullpens, 2 solid starting pitchers on the mound. Ballpark Pal does say it's a good hitting weather game here today in Cincinnati, but I do like the under 7.5 total runs for our player prop here. I do like O'Neal Cruz of the Pittsburgh Pirates to have 2 total bases in this game today. Up next, we got the Washington Nationals in Philadelphia taking on the Phillies. The right-handed pitcher Cade Cavalli is on the mound for the Nationals. The left-handed pitcher Christopher Sanchez is on the mound for the Phillies in this game. Cade Cavalli here on the mound for the Nationals, good young pitcher. He's coming off his first start, pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs to the White Sox. And this game today, he's seen this Phillies lineup who last year saw 2 games against the Phillies. One game he pitched 7 shutout innings, the next one pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. And this game here today, this Phillies lineup has been hitting right-handed pitching very well to start the season. They're batting .260 versus righties to start off the year. Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies, solid pitcher. First start of the year, went 7 innings scoreless. And this game here today, he's going to be seeing a Nationals team that has been red hot versus lefties to start off the year. In 67 at-bats, this team is batting .315 versus left-handed pitching, so they're hitting lefties well to start the season. I don't think that's going to translate to them hitting Christopher Sanchez well. There's a few guys in this Nationals lineup that really do match up well against his pitching arsenal, that being Tana and Abrams. Really match up well against Christopher Sanchez here. Get into our picks here now. Looking at Cade Cavalli through his young career, he does have a higher ERA in his road starts compared to his home starts. Christopher Sanchez here today, I can see both of these starting pitchers giving up 2 runs each. In the end, I do see the Phillies, who are the betting odd favorites in this game today, pulling out the victory. So we're playing the Philadelphia Phillies here on the money line. The game total set at 8. Looking at Ballpark Pal, they have a plus 18 home run percentage here at the ballpark. 75 degrees at start, with winds blowing to the right field, 15 mile per hour winds blown to right field. Left-handed bats will have an advantage in this game here today. Looking at our player props that we're picking here in this one, I like Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies to go over his strikeouts line, over 6.5 Ks. Alright, up next, we got the Colorado Rockies in Toronto taking on the Blue Jays. The left-handed pitcher Kyle Freeland's on the mound for the Rockies. The right-handed pitcher Kevin Gausman's on the mound for the Blue Jays. Looking at this matchup here for Kyle Freeland, the Colorado Rockies starting pitcher, this is not a good spot for him. This Blue Jays lineup killed lefties last season. They're doing the same this year. Kyle Freeland's pitching arsenal does not match up well against a few guys here in this Blue Jays lineup. I do not like this spot at all for him. Kevin Gausman's coming off a good start last week. He struck out 11 guys in 7 innings pitched. And this game here today, there is a few guys that do match up well against Kevin Gausman. That being Goodman and Beck and Tovier of the Colorado Rockies. So I can see him probably letting up 1 or 2 runs in this game here as well. Getting straight to our picks. In this game here today, I'm expecting Kyle Freeland to go at least 4 or 5 innings. Turn it over to this terrible Rockies bullpen. I am playing the Blue Jays, who are the betting odd favorites in this game, on the run line. The game total set at 8, and I like the over in this one. For our player props, we're taking Kyle Freeland of the Rockies to go under his line, under 3.5 strikeouts. Like I said, I'm expecting 4 or 5 innings pitched out of him. This Blue Jays team does not strike out. This lineup is towards the bottom of the league in offensive strikeouts, so I do not like this spot here for Kyle Freeland. Up next, we got the White Sox in Miami taking on the Marlins. Shane Smith on the mound for the White Sox. Sandy Alcantara on the mound for Miami in this game. Shane Smith last week, coming off his first start, really struggled in that game versus Milwaukee. In this game here today, he's not going to be seeing as potent of a lineup as he saw in Milwaukee. Sandy Alcantara here on the mound. Last week he saw Colorado. He had 6 shutout innings versus the Rockies. In this game here today, he's going to be seeing a White Sox lineup that has been hitting the ball very well. They're one of the best offenses in Major League Baseball. Through the first 5 games, they're actually batting .283 versus right-handed pitching to start off the season. Get into our picks here now. This is going to be one of our first big underdog plays of the day. The Marlins are the betting odds favorites, and we're playing the road dogs. Give me the Chicago White Sox here on the money line. Game total set at 7.5. I like the over in this one here today. For our player props, I got 2 player props in this game. Give me Vargas of the White Sox to have 2 total bases, but I'm also playing Shane Smith, the starting pitcher of the White Sox, to go under his strikeouts line, under 4.5 Ks today. Moving along, we got the New York Mets in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. The right-handed pitcher Freddie Peralta is on the mound for the Mets. The left-handed pitcher Matthew Liberatore is on the mound for the Cardinals in this game. Freddie Peralta last week in his first start for the Mets struggled against the Pirates lineup. In this game today, he's in St. Louis. He's very familiar with this Cardinals lineup after pitching for the Brewers in all them years. In St. Louis, where he's had a lot of success, especially last season, the only guy that used to really give Freddie Peralta problems in this Cardinals lineup was Brendan Donovan, and he's gone. Looking at this Cardinals lineup through the first week of the season, in over 140 at-bats, they're batting .202 versus right-handed pitching, so not good. I actually really like this spot for Freddie Peralta. Matthew Liberatore on the mound for the Cardinals. I don't really expect this Mets team to hit him up too crazy. They've been a bit up and down really to start the year, even though there is a few guys that match up really well against him. Getting into our picks here, getting straight to it. I do like the Mets here, who are the betting odd favorites, so we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5, and I do like the under in this game today. For our player prop, it's going to be Francisco Lindor of the Mets for 2 total bases. Alright, moving along, we got the Boston Red Sox in Houston taking on the Astros. The left-handed pitcher Garrett Crochet is on the mound for the Sox. The right-handed pitcher Mike Burrows is on the mound for the Astros in this game. Garrett Crochet here on the mound for the Red Sox, coming off a very good first start of the season, 7 shutout innings. This game here today, he's going to be seeing an Astros lineup very odd through the first few games of the season. They have 76 at-bats versus left-handed pitching. They're batting .342 as a team with 3 home runs. So they started off the season hitting lefties very well. Does that mean they're going to hit Garrett Crochet? Looking at the exact matchups here, there is a few guys that do match up well against Garrett Crochet, but I don't think they're going to be able to really get to him here. I can see them 1 or 2 runs. I can see Garrett Crochet giving up a home run in this game, but I do not really see him struggling against this Astros team. Mike Burrows on the mound for the Astros. I do not like this spot for him here. This Red Sox team really hasn't been hitting the ball to start. They started off offensively really slow. I like this spot for this Red Sox lineup. They match up very well against Mike Burrows. There's at least 4 or 5 guys that I like in this spot. Getting straight to our picks here in this game. The Red Sox are the betting on favorites in this game, and I like them here, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7, and I do like the over 7 total runs. I think the Red Sox are going to get to Mike Burrows. I can see Crochet giving up 1 or 2 runs here, but I really like the over 7 total runs in this game. For our player prop, this will be my first home run pick of the day. I like Roman Anthony for an anytime home run. Up next, we got the Angels in Chicago taking on the Cubs. The left-handed pitcher Kikuchi on the mound for the Angels. The left-handed pitcher Matthew Boyd on the mound for the Cubs in this game. Looking at this game here, it's a bit of an odd game. First of all, the game total set at 6. When we look at Ballpark Pal, they have 18-mile-per-hour winds blowing straight from the outfield into the batter's box. So it's not a good hitting day, 37 degrees. Looking at the pitching matchup here though, 2 pitchers that can really get lit up, that can let up a lot of runs. Both Kikuchi and Matthew Boyd, both of them got hit up in their first starts last week. Looking at the lineups here, Matthew Boyd, he has a bit of an easier time in my opinion. I think Kikuchi's going to have the more difficult of a time here. This Cubs lineup does match up very well against him. Guys in this lineup have hit him up well in the past, especially Alex Bregman. Looking at Matthew Boyd, what he's going to have to deal with in the Angels. There's a few guys he has to deal with there in Trout, Neto, Soler. There's a few guys there he's going to be dealing with. But get into our picks now. Like I said, it's an odd game here. I was a bit back and forth. I'm leaning towards the Cubs. They are the betting odd favorites, and I lean towards them here because of the bullpens. I think the Cubs bullpen is a bit better, especially to start off this season right now. They've been a bit sharper, so I like the Cubs here on the money line. The game total set at 6. Like I said, the wind is blowing in 18, 19 mile per hour winds, 37 degrees. But I think both of these pitchers can still let up hits, especially in the gaps, let up some extra base hits. I like the over 6 total runs. And because it's an even number, I really like to play the over here. So, you could possibly get a push even. On to our player prop. I like Alex Bregman of the Cubs to have 2 total bases in this game today. Alright, up next we got the Detroit Tigers in Arizona taking on the Diamondbacks. The left-handed pitcher Tariq Skubal's on the mound for the Tigers. The right-handed pitcher Zach Gallen on the mound for the Diamondbacks. Skubal, last year's Cy Young winner, looked dominant in his first start. He went 7 scoreless innings. And this game today, he's going to be seeing a Diamondbacks lineup. A bunch of guys that do hit left-handed pitching very well. But when we look at the actual matchups and we break down his pitching arsenal to the players, they actually do not match up well against Tariq Skubal. A lot of these guys do not hit the slider well, especially that fastball, that 100 mile per hour fastball. There is a few guys that struggle here. When you look at guys, when they hit pitches well, you have to look at the speeds that they're hitting pitches at. Yeah, there is a few guys that do hit the fastball well, but they hit the fastball well around that 96, 95, that being Perdomo, Marte, and Carroll. When that fastball goes up around 98, to that 100 mark, their numbers really drop. On top of that, these are guys that chase pitches outside of the zone. Skubal with that slider is definitely going to get these guys to chase in this game. Looking at Zach Gallen on the mound for the Diamondbacks, he struggled last year terribly. His first start of the season, he actually started off the game going good, and then in the second inning, the wheels fell off, struggled. And this game here today, I'm expecting him to struggle again. There is a bunch of guys that can hit him very well. Carpenter, Riley Green, and Tolkerson. All 3 of these guys match up very well against Gallen. Get into our picks now. Yesterday's game, the Tigers bullpen came in and blew the lead for Detroit. They were up 5-1. They came in and blew it. They ended up losing. And this game today with Skubal on the mound, I'm expecting Skubal to go about 7 innings, giving up only 1 run, handing it over to the bullpen when they're probably going to come in and have a big lead. I'm expecting Zach Gallen to really get hit up in this game by this Tigers lineup. The Tigers are the betting odd favorites here, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8, and I do like the over in this one. For the player props, give me 2 Detroit Tigers in this game. Kerry Carpenter to have 2 total bases, as well as Tariq Skubal to go over his strikeouts line, over 6.5 Ks. On after that, we got the New York Yankees in Seattle taking on the Mariners. The right-handed pitcher Cam Schlittler's on the mound for the Yankees. The right-handed pitcher George Kirby's on the mound for Seattle. Cam Schlittler on the mound for the Yankees, coming off of 6 shutout innings pitched versus the Giants last week. George Kirby on the mound, he looked good in his first start. He gave up 2 runs in 6 innings pitched himself. In this game today, Seattle's actually the betting odds favorites coming into this one. Looking at the breakdown for this game, I give the Yankees a slight edge hitting wise right now. Seattle's bats have been a bit cold to start the year. In general, they're just batting 225 as a team right now. They're batting 215 versus right-handed pitching. So I do not like this spot for Seattle. Cam Schlittler, last year he was good. This, like I said, the first start of the year he was really good. This is a pitcher's ballpark still, so I expect Cam Schlittler to come out and have success in this game. George Kirby on the other side, he had a good outing like I said, his last start, but I really don't think Seattle should be the betting odd favorites in this game here today. There is a bunch of guys that can get to George Kirby. Of course, Aaron Judge, Ben Rice, Cody Bellinger, Trent Grisham. I do not like this spot for George Kirby. Let's get to our picks here in this game. The Seattle Mariners are the betting odd favorites, and we're playing the road dogs. Give me the New York Yankees here on the money line. The game total is set at 7.5, and I do like the under in this one. For our player props, we're taking the two starting pitchers. I like Cam Schlittler to go over his strikeouts line, over 5.5 Ks. George Kirby, I like his to go under his strikeouts line, under 7.5 strikeouts today. Alright, final game of the day. We got the Cleveland Guardians in Los Angeles taking on the Dodgers. The right-handed pitcher Gavin Williams on the mound for Cleveland. The right-handed pitcher Yamamoto on the mound for the Dodgers. Gavin Williams, the starting pitcher for the Guardians in this game. Last week, he made his first start against the Mariners. He really struggled in that game, pitched 5 innings, walked 6 guys, really struggled with his command. Looking at this Dodgers lineup, there is a few guys that have hit up Gavin Williams in their past matchups. When we do the breakdown, there's a bunch of guys that really match up well against Gavin Williams here. I do not like this spot for him against the Dodgers lineup. Looking at Yamamoto, he has the opposite tail going here. He really matches up well against this Guardians lineup. There really is only one guy that you should worry about. That's Jose Ramirez. Through the first 5 games, this Guardians team is batting just 192 versus right-handed pitching. They're really struggling to hit the ball to start off the year. Getting into our picks now in this game. The Dodgers are the betting odd favorites, and we're playing them here on the money line. The game total is set at 8.5, and I like the over in this one. I can see Gavin Williams getting lit up. I can see Yamamoto giving up 1 or 2 runs here. I can see the Dodger bullpen finally breaking their streak, giving up a few runs. I like the over 8.5 total runs in this game today. For our player props, I'm taking Kyle Tucker of the Dodgers, and I like him to have 2 total bases in this one. Alright guys, before we get up out of here, our 3 bets we'll be placing here today. Our first bet is a $10 straight bet on the New York Yankees to win the game. So we're playing the Yankees on the money line. Not every day we get the Yankees as an underdog pick. So $10 straight bet here on the Yankees on the money line. Alright, our second bet we'll be placing here today is a 2-leg parlay. We're going to be playing the Chicago White Sox on the money line, as well as the Angels Cubs game total to go over 6 total runs. Alright, and our third and final bet of the day is a 4-leg parlay $10 bet where we'll start off with the Toronto Blue Jays on the run line. We're then going to play Kyle Freeland of the Colorado Rockies to go under his strikeouts line, under 3.5 Ks. We're then going to play the Detroit Tigers on the run line, as well as Kerry Carpenter of the Tigers to have 2 total bases. All 4 legs on a $10 parlay. Alright guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. I hope we all can win some money today, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.